John Patrick Dolan is a criminal defense attorney, and Lisa Pinto is a former federal prosecutor, and they both join us today. Thank you guys for being here. All right, I'm just going to start. I'll start with you, Lisa. Sure. Will Jackson be found guilty, and if so, of what?
I think any reasonable juror would convict this man after hearing a very credible accuser detail the 5 times that the defendant allegedly masturbated him. And now they end on a high note. They end hearing a prior consistent statement 3 months or 4 months after the event where the child describes what was done to him. What a way to go out. The defense has provided a parade of celebrities, Juliet, but really they don't prove anything except that they had that Michael Jackson has access to star power. Promised us Jay Leno would show these folks to be grifters. Didn't happen. Promised us all these comedians would say they were hit up for money. Didn't happen. I think prosecution's doing great.
John Patrick Dolan, JPD, what do you think?
Well, I think the highest probability in this case is a hung jury. I don't think you can get 12 people to believe anything in controversy all the same way. I think it's going to be a hung jury, although it's a toss-up. With the end of the case happening the way it did, it could be a conviction or it could be an acquittal.
Who's going to hang? We've got parents on that jury. We've got conservative jurors from a county of farmers and ranchers. Why would they fall for the Hollywood-like shenanigans of Mesereau and his team, who have proved nothing to them, made lots of promises? The defendant will testify and so on.
John, before you answer that question, I just want to get a little take here of the audience. How many people think, I don't know if you even follow the story, but based on what you've heard, how many people think Michael Jackson will be found guilty? Not if you think he's guilty, but do you think he's going to be found guilty? I guess it's maybe half the audience. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a toss-up. What closing arguments are going to be very, very crucial then at this point?
You know, closings are always key because that's where you tie everything together for the jury, where you really hammer your strongest points home. And, you know, the prosecutor who's going to do this is not Sneddon, but Ron Zonin, who has a very good rapport with this jury, and I'm sure he's going to make some very persuasive arguments.
John, what can we expect from the defense during closing arguments?
Well, you know, the defense is going to hammer on little things like the presumption of innocence, requirement of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the fact that not one witness brought by the prosecution ever went to the police. They all went to lawyers to see what they could get out of Michael Jackson. That should create a doubt in the minds of at least some of the jurors, maybe all of them.
Is there any reason to believe, either one of you, that he would flee? Do you think he's likely, just based on everything that you've seen? No?
I don't know what he's capable of, but he's going to pull some stunts, because he pulled them in his civil trial, and he's pulled them all through this. He may show up in his pajamas again.
The rumors are swirling about that. I have to say, some of the insiders out there. John, you're not hearing anything about this?
I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing something different, that Michael Jackson is becoming very frail, that he's losing weight, and frankly, he might be a suicide risk if he's found guilty.
What do you guys think about this? Anybody want to make any comments? No comments? Yes, raise your hands if you want to talk on national television. Oh, come on. I got a bunch of scaredy cats out here. What's going on with the military? Okay, hold on. We got one guy. What's your name?
My name is Petty Defoe. I have a question. If he's found guilty, will our justice system work, or will he use his money to get a private suite in our prisons?
Oh, you know,
whoa.
That's a very good question.
Not in California. Not in California. He'll be taken into custody as soon as he's found guilty if that happens. And his maximum penalty, which most of our prognosticators don't know, is 18 years, 8 months. And I would guess this judge will give him most of that, if not all of it.
But I think where his money will help him is in the appellate process, because he's going to hire a crack appellate team to hammer at every argument he can to try and get his conviction overturned should he be convicted.
Lisa Pinto, John
he's got a great
Dolan.
appeal. There's plenty of appellate issues. The problem is Michael Jackson might not survive to see the appeal be granted.
We got to leave it on that. John Patrick Dolan, thanks very much. Lisa, thank you. What's happening?